Okay. Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Kevin Jarina, and welcome. I am glad you're here. I am bringing this to you from Awakening, Awareness, and Healing, or perhaps Awareness, Awakening, and Healing. And you're looking at a Mandelbrot set. We're describing your infinite being today and how there are levels of you that interconnect, that are giving you the clues to help you find your health freedom, your personal freedom, your emotional freedom, and to progress, to bring a higher quality life to your life and to those you love and those around you. So watch, enjoy, let's get into this conversation. It's going to be a medium level, 15, 20 minutes, and we'll get down to business, and hopefully you like some of my graphics here as I'm working out the kinks. So pay attention, dive into this infinite nature of who you are, and we'll describe what you're looking at in just a moment. The deeper we go, the more the pattern repeats. You can find all kinds of nature fitting this pattern. You can see it in electricity, you can see it in plants, you can see it in animals, you can see it in things that you eat, you can see it in ourselves. We are a part of an infinite nature. Okay, and we'll stop that just like that there. All right, welcome. My name is, again, Dr. Kevin Jarina, and I am here. This is my first class, and I am excited to be bringing this to you. And so what I wanted to share a little bit more about is this image. And before we get started, just wanted to let you know there's going to be a special offer right at the end. So stay tuned, learn a few things, and this is something that was discovered, and I have a little issue here. Here we go. And was discovered many years ago and was brought to you by a gentleman named Benoit Mandelbrot, and found this equation. And this equation describes pretty much how everything connects. And so your infinite being, and now you can see here, so click the ASTO title. I'm working out some of these kinks, like I said. So let's take a look at a couple images before we get started. And let's see here. And this is called the flower of life. You can see different images and different shapes and different designs all contained within. We are an infinite being, and this is something called a torus. This is a measurement from the HeartMath Institute, and it measures the electromagnetic energy field around our heart, and it forms this donut-like shape, and you can see it here indicated, and it's quite remarkable. Now, let's see what else. Moving forward, this is a picture of our nervous system. Okay, we have our brain up top here. This spinal cord is inside the spinal cord. Inside the bones is a canal, and all these branches that you see go to every aspect of who we are. What? There's many people who have never heard some of these things, that how our body interconnects, interrelates. And what I'm going to share to you today is a little bit more about that. My name is Dr. Kevin Jarina. I'm a doctor of chiropractic, certified chiropractic wellness practitioner, Reiki master. I study something called functional bioanalysis as a specialty nutritional technique. And I'm an energy healer, quantum energy healer, intuitive. Generally, you can pick and sense up energy very well. And I've been gifted with moving that energy, and what's been discovered is that results in healing. Let's turn off this laptop camera, and that's what we got there. So anyway, here the question is, let's describe a little bit about the philosophy, how I got to where I'm getting. So chiropractic is the foundation of which I am based, and chiropractic is based on these simple truths. The body is self-healing and self-regulating. So let's take this for example. Self-healing. You cut yourself in some manner. Okay, it gets better over time. Now, if you have dead tissue, a dead body, and that tissue is cut, well, then has it ever healed? Do you see it coming back together? No, the answer is no. Okay, so that's self-healing. Let's talk about self-regulating. Things in our body are self-regulating. Think about the heart, the liver, the kidneys. You know, your conscious thought to have your heart beat is not existent. It's not required. Okay, so that happens automatically. Now, we can think about something consciously, and our body will respond to that thought, but it is automatically being regulated based on the temperature, based on your environment, who or what is going on or what is around you can all influence these automatic regulating components of your body. Now, the purpose of the brain and nervous system is to control and coordinate the function of the cells, tissues, and organs in the body and adapt the organisms to its environment. That is a definition from Gray's Anatomy. And if you don't know Gray's Anatomy, that is the authority on the medical definitions. And so the purpose of the brain nervous system is to coordinate. All right. It's cold outside. Let's respond by generating heat on the inside to keep our core temperature optimized. If you eat food, the body sensing it, it's digesting it, it's going through all kinds of processes that go on, and there's hundreds, perhaps thousands of activities and enzymes and things going on during the digestive process. Is there anything the nervous system does not coordinate? Well, the answer hopefully is becoming obvious. The answer is no. We literally live our lives through our nervous system. Now imagine if there's interference to the nervous system. Now we call this in chiropractic subluxation. When subluxation is present, your body cannot function as it was intended and is no longer self-healing, self-regulating at 100%. The longer the interference, subluxation, to the nervous system is present, the more devastating the effects are to your health and well-being. My job as a chiropractor is to locate, analyze, and release the subluxations and identify their causes. This is the key. This is what is oftentimes not clearly related from the chiropractor to the patient, and this is not known what to expect from the patient to the chiropractor. Okay, so locating, analyzing, and releasing the subluxations and identifying their causes. That there is the key, identifying the cause. Okay, now when we do this, we allow your body to again regain its self-healing and self-regulating properties. You know, imagine we put we plug the plug back in, the power's on, hit the switch, power's on, help the body become optimally aligned, and the nervous system has optimal balance and no tension and no stresses that are causing it damage. Well, yeah, the body's going to turn on its natural life healing properties, its abilities. So therefore, when we do that, we get to enjoy optimal health and well-being, longevity and quality of life. So my job as a chiropractor is to release subluxation, also known as nerve interference. We show people ways to stop creating problems in the future. Quit recreating the problem. So you can feel better, prevent it, reverse the effects of the aging process, and have the best life possible. Remember, when life is active, it heals. So when we're clearing the nervous system, we're helping the body find balance in something called homeostasis. We're reversing the effects of the aging process. The body's literally healing. The biological age is different than the chronological age. Okay, so here's a problem. The cause of subluxation, the stress. Now there's mental, emotional stress, there's physical stress, and there's biochemical stress. Okay, the core component tying it all together is the nervous system. Okay, so how do we know what the body is saying? Okay, we have to identify things such as the layers of the body, the language and communication of the body. What is this system? Okay, how do we correlate the different systems of the body? What's the interconnectedness of it all? You know, there's a continuous expanding knowledge of the body and the being of who we are. You know, what are we made of? The image of who we are. Is decoding this possible? And can we reprogram it? Can we bring in higher knowledge that one has yet to learn in a book? Is there an intuition that one can bring in and can apply into their life to make better decisions and better choices? And how do we apply this? How do we understand it? How do we shift our perspective beyond something we have no knowledge of currently? And this is both done internally and external. Okay, that's a mouthful. Let's go here. Subluxation. There are many conferences I've been to, and oftentimes the speakers I'm most impressed with define words. And so when I started to do this and define this word subluxation, you get a definition of what you're looking at. Okay, so we have a sub as a word, I guess I call it a prefix for below then, under then, less, lux, light, or energy. Okay, it's a photon. ATION, a state of being. Okay, so subluxation, using the root language, is a blockage, a stuckedness, a loss, or abnormal flow of energy. Okay, and you can see here, we'll do some spell check for you. Okay, boom, got it done. Nice. Okay, moving forward. Okay, well, comedy. So now everything is energy. Energy flows and follows thought. Thought becomes belief. Belief creates reality. Reality determines destiny. I got this somewhere. Everything is energy. Energy follows thought. Thought becomes belief. Belief creates reality, and reality determines destiny. I got this from one of the shamanic readings. So this is actually representation of visualized mathematics. This is infinity. Okay, I mentioned that before. You can see this image and you can look at it from different ways, different perspectives. You can see all kinds of things you've seen before found in this image. And it just zooms in or out. Infinitely. So let's take a look about, how did you become who you are? And look at the top here. We have a single-celled organism, okay, and it's a half of what it is, who you are, and then there's a sperm cell comes in and they fertilizes, and then we have two cells. Okay, we've all looked at this at least once in our life. And now 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16. Look at what we get. Okay, we see patterns repeating, and we call this is called here the flower of life. Okay, it's a repeating pattern of circles looking, we can look at and draw, but this is the actual shape as it has multiplied in their body, and that's the shape it takes, and this is the representation. Okay, so there's terms, singularity and duality. This is duality. It came from singularity. For one to observe itself, I had to divide, and then you have 2, and that's represented by the black dot and the white dot in the middle, and then the energy surrounding that. Okay, there's so much taken from it, and then you can see within it the lines of the circles in the square, or if you want to look at it, the triangles, and there are many ways to decipher. But this is as you go deep. So that's duality. Then it breaks into 4. So now you can see 4 circles, and there's so much imagery in that you start to see different things show up, and it goes on and on and on. Okay, and then we can draw lines, and this is where we started seeing things and that you can refer to, like where is it here, like this, like a Da Vinci thing. Okay, and this is a 12 chakra vortex. Okay, and this is where we look at as far as the energies, and we look at sacred geometry and all these shapes and the proper names, and we start to see an infinite pattern of how we're made. Okay, this is a great image that demonstrates the mathematics of the spine, the curvatures of the spine, and how this idea of these repeating patterns relate in the mathematics, the biomechanics of our spine and the movements. Here's another image of our nervous system. I'll zoom in a little bit. It's quite remarkable, resilient, and connects every aspect of who we are. Let's go back one slide. I'm going to zoom in on that. It's really interesting because there's a technique I studied called chiropractic biophysics. There's a couple other similar techniques, and really it's a measurement of every angle of the spine and the optimal alignment, optimal function, and how it goes together. And this is such a great explanation, a great image of what we were looking for. And you see all these interconnecting lines, and this right in the middle here really is a pivot point for walking. It's really amazing how it all lines up in this image. I do know where I got this image from, and he has tons of them like this, and they're just beautiful. Okay, moving forward. The picture speaks 1,000 words. Okay, there's another pattern I started to see in the body. Excuse me. And it had to do with the number 12. So we have 12 cranial nerves. They're the primary nerves that exit the brain inside the skull that go to control, pretty much coordinate very, very significant aspects of our life and have connections to all the intestines, the balance, the vision, the taste, smell, sight, all the senses. Very amazing things. Here again is a picture of the nerves exiting the spine and how it goes down the spinal cord and all the organs right down the middle and how it connects. You can see every part of the body here from the top to the bottom is well organized. Here is another layer. This is the vascular, the heart, the arteries, the veins, and you can see just the major branches. And if I zoom in here on this right image, you can see there's more depth and detail how it is, but it is so fine. The meshing, it is, every cell has connection, and there's trillions of cells in your body. Okay, then all that is basically hanging on. This is the framework. The skeletal system has multiple jobs. It's foundation and protection. And then I got a bunch of images here. I just want to show you some layers of muscles and just how complicated it is. It is depths and goes deeper and deeper. People have never seen some of these pictures. So what we're looking at here is the back of a body, left shoulder, right shoulder, the back of the head. And we go to the next image, and this is zoomed in. This is the upper back right here. This is the side of the left neck, and this is the left shoulder blade. You can feel that. It's called the scapula bone right there. And we go any deeper, and this is one of the deepest layers of muscle. This is all for fine motor movement of each individual bone. And you can see all this interconnectedness and layering and how it crisscrosses. And people wonder how their body can get sore and inflamed from sitting at the computer for a couple hours a day. They're doing some type of repetitious activity hours and hours and hours and day and day and day for years and years and years. Here's some images of the right hip and the muscles and how they interconnect and how they coordinate in movement. And this is a picture of the right ankle. Here's outside the ankle here. That's the bony part. You can see that there's muscles that go underneath this sheath that allow it to slide and connect to the bottom of the foot, and how the toes have all interconnections under this, and they run to the front of the shin. It's very complicated, multi-layered, and you can see the beginnings of how movement is very complicated, and something in the foot could affect the knee, and then as the knee can affect the hip, and the hip can affect the low back. And then we can continue to make that the progression upward. And of course starts from down and starts from the top and goes down as well. And this is how that works. It's something called the myofascial system. Okay, I want to highlight this. This is not one muscle. What the blue lines are demonstrating is a pattern of pulling tension, and it wraps. This is one line, okay? This is one pattern here we're looking at. It's called the spiral line, okay? And you can see it goes down to the toes. I'm not showing you that part of the picture, but it goes down to the toes, comes to the outside of the leg, up to the hip, across the front, and it wraps around the back to the shoulder blades, and then has a connection to the front of the back of the body, to the back of the neck. So literally something in the knee here on the right can affect the left back of the neck here. And you see the blue lines. And so anything in blue in this picture has a connection. Has a connection. Let's move this way. to affect one another. Okay, I wanted to show you that right there. Here's another picture, really zoomed in. You can see the blue pattern in the front and the back. So something here in the rib cage can affect something here in the opposite hip, the opposite leg. And it goes all the way down to the foot. Let's see if I can show you that right now. At least a little bit. See, right there. And so this is called the myofascial system. And this myofascial system is been a key system in helping people unlock their potential. Okay, let's zoom back out. Here again is some other patterns of myofascial work. Apologize for seeing these boxes. Let's see if I can delete one real quick. Okay, you can see the picture, the image much more clearly there. Okay, let's zoom in. You can see this pattern. This is a really great picture. Up from the thumb to the shoulder to the opposite hip down to the knee, and that goes to the inside of that ankle. So this is how a baseball pitcher has his power. This is how your left foot hurts when when you've been writing too long. It's weird. It's an amazing system. But this is how you walk, run, jump, and do things. You can see all those other lines. Okay. Let's move forward. This is the idea. If you can look at this picture, this will save you thousands of hours of understanding and reading. So if you can imagine wearing a gigantic spandex suit, you can essentially figure out how, when one area is tight, how it can affect another area, and just imagine where those lines pull, so you can see how they connect, how the knee and the shoulder could affect each other. Okay, just like a piano system, we have high C, low C, middle C. We are octaves. Again, let's remind you of that picture. Okay, 12 organs. Okay. So we talked about that number 12. Now it's interesting, on the piano, there's 12 notes. The 13th note is the next octave. Okay. 12 cranial nerves, 12 organs. We have the skin is an organ, the skeletal system, muscular, immune system, lymphatic system, endocrine system, circulatory system, respiratory system, urinary, also known as the excretory system, digestive system, reproductive system, and the nervous system. 12 systems. We have 12 meridians in the acupuncture system. Okay, there's 12 meridians. There's 5 elements and 2 poles. Okay, so there's 2. There's the yin and the yang, the white and the black. Okay, the 5 elements. Okay, the earth, fire, water, wood, and metal. Okay, and here the system has identified emotions connected to each of the 5 elements. They each have a pole, positive and negative, that each associate with the meridians. It's quite intriguing. And the fingers all correlate in the same way. This is where you get reflexology. This is where the palmistry. This is all kinds of different methodologies in the East come together. There's all these connections because there's a flow of energy. And even in Western science, if you start to look at the tissues and their origins, you can see these patterns and how they correlate different structures. We are infinite beings. We get into the astrophysics and quantum physics and theoretical physics and things of this nature that anyone's brain grasps is stretched to grasp. But there are things that we are unsure of what they are. But we are measuring things beyond. Our tools are what is limiting our understanding. And there's all kinds of interesting research about these quantum effects that show us that we are more than just physical matter, atoms and molecules and positive and negative charges coming together. There's something much more deeper than that. Okay. And so how do we know what the body's saying? Well, this is what I specialize. There's a technique called Corin Specific Technique, KST. Utilizes a strategy that you can see in many health practitioners that are using something called manual muscle techniques. And this is a language of the body, of yeses and nos, of zeros and ones, just like computers. Okay, so what happens if you learn strategies? We've all been learning strategies to deal with mental, emotional stress, with physical stress, with biochemical stress. Okay, but you're still subluxated. Okay, what happens? All right, we have to communicate. Because if the subluxation is still there, well, you can see, hopefully you're coming to the realization that if there's subluxation present, it's affecting this nervous system that is the connector and organizer of the body. Okay, and we got here talking about this language really quickly. I jumped that point, but the point is this system has a way to communicate, and it needs to communicate because, well, if you want to express life, you want optimal communication. If you're not concerned with expressing life, well, then that means you're expressing death. And we are a binary system. We have a world of duality we must live in. But there's shades of that. It's not just black or not just white. There are shades of that. And so we are either expressing more of the qualities of health or more qualities of life. And so I want to offer a special offer, and there are many things one can find, and I have a lot of resources connected on my website at drkevindrina.com. That's drkeving.com. And there is a lot that one can find as techniques. EFT, refer to that in the blogs. There are all kinds of assisted things that you can do at home that you learn how to do. And there's things such as chiropractic, such as Reiki, such as massage, myofascial work, acupuncture. There's many techniques, many therapies that are beneficial to help the physical structure release the energetic components. The energy is stuck. Now, when you shift your consciousness, the physical structure must shift as well, or it will be trapped, it will be repeated. There, you are a infinite being, an infinite unit, and when you shift your consciousness, shifting the physical body is what is necessary. And quite frankly, as I have progressed in my personal growth, I've had a progression in the releasing of old injuries, old physical issues that are now healed. I can see the direct correlation. We can go into much more depth than that. But today, this is quite long enough for now. And so I'm glad you joined me. Thanks for doing that. If you have any questions, reach out to drkeving.com. And the special offer. Let's go back for a moment. Special offer. Okay. Audio affirmations. Go to my website, just put on a bunch of affirmations, download them. I have a special discount going on right now. Buy all 5, get $5 off. Discount coupon. Well, you need to send me the code discount coupon, and I will send you the deal for 10% off. And that goes the same for the discount service plan. So you have to have watched this all the way through and to receive this special offer. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. And until next time, I'm Dr. Kevin Drina. Check it out.